They give you headache.
It go turn ugly. Those fine face go on. So they go back till they come back and come in them but they fear you.
Even if the guy is fine and toxic, or is a narcissist, or is someone that is easily he manipulates a lot, him being handsome would not cover for those excesses.
Absolutely, no be
So
lie.
when I say practice patience, if you like someone or you're trying to date someone in church and the interest is already in your head, observe them first. It won't take you anything. I so much believe in that whole theory of observation. Me myself, I'm a scientist. Now, before they say something is a fact,
exactly. Observation and all.
Just observe. Because if you don't observe, ladies are very good at pretending. The moment you tell a girl you like her or you are interested in her, just know that she will not show you her real side again. She wants to appear perfect in your eyes. So the best way to go about it, just be a friend of a friend.
Exactly.
Ask her friend about her. It's scope, so even if she's around you, act like you're not even seeing her. Just get to know her from the outside. Then eventually, if you not try.
My people, we don't come again, no. And as I always talk, say for Naija, we sabi talk well. But we get many things with the warriors for mind, like love we no work, faith we don't shake, and purpose we still define road. No be here we get all the answers, but now here we go talk as it be. My name is Nansela Omonjolade, and today I know they here all alone. No. I day with my very good friend, and because he get one very interesting discussion we say won't get. But before we dive into the discussion and before he introduce himself, I would like to thank our viewers and our sponsors, Mr. Austin Anoje, for making effort to make sure we continue to get this conversation, this intellectual conversation, and as it affects people for Nigeria. And we really want to thank our listeners and our viewers too. As I talk and say, we know they here all alone today. I did with my very good friend and get one very important discussion we will get. But before we dive into the discussion, I would like making introduce himself. Chisom. How far?
I do.
So I would like make our viewers make they sabi who
so your viewers go roll for pigeon man speaking.
I mean you roll for pigeon. You know they toast to my head. Why did like this? Also at least maybe we roll for pigeon as it be.
Okay. Yeah. So as it is, I'm Chisom and this is my guy. He invited me over for this podcast, and this is something we've been speaking about even before now. So it's something I consider very paramount and all. But I'm really happy to be here because these are the kind of conversation we should be having rather than joining TikTok trends.
No be lie.
But let's leave that for next time.
So, since I just speak now, pigeon will go roll. It dey okay, right?
Oh, no, okay.
It dey fear.
Yeah.
Okay, probably maybe if you just infuse them as
yes.
So, okay, because definitely we'll cut those parts out. You get one very important discussion where we say people for Christian community.
Okay.
Yes, because we and part of the way we say we did very religious, and not be only one religion. We get other religions too. Not be only just three, but we know say okay, now the three we say we know, but we just want to focus on Christian community. We say the question we say I don't they think man, not be only me they think so the question we say share we the dates for love, I mean for church approval.
Well, it depends on how you're saying it.
Okay.
Because most times, most people in church, especially people that are like active members or workers, what I know they do is that there's this whole culture around dating who is in church or dating someone that's eating the same food they're eating. I mean, that's dating someone that's listening to the same pastor and driving from the same source. But in as much as that would work, but it does not necessarily mean that's a perfect plan. So take for instance now, someone who comes to church sparingly, like a member kind of vibe.
Yeah,
and
just
active.
Just Sunday medicine as they call them.
Just Sunday medicine. He came for just second service, but the worker is coming for Tuesday, coming for supernatural,
everything.
coming for Friday, everything. So along the line, in as much as you guys are hearing from the same source, the person is downloading theirs on 80% and you're downloading yours on 20%. Just like the other person is using a slow network, the other person is using a fast network. In as much as you guys are using the same network, it does not necessarily mean you guys are moving at the same frequency. So one thing I know is that dating in church has its specs and its advantage, also have its disadvantages here. But I feel like moving on, we'll get to talk about it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Chisom. And one of the first questions we say we'll first dive into.
Okay.
We say, what be the truth about church dating culture? We say nobody won't talk about.
I feel like one of the biggest truth that we don't want to just admit to ourselves is that it's not entirely a bed of roses. So it's not entirely a bed of roses, rather. So let me put it this way. The fact that it's in a church setting, most times, if you notice, they always hide it.
Why did they hide them?
It's not like they hide it fine, but few people know. But one thing about dating in the church is that if it doesn't eventually work out, it creates this, I don't know how to put it, but
Grudge.
this resentment.
Yeah, this grudge, silent grudge.
Yeah, and you've been taking is just a member to member or member to worker. You don't know that there's a hidden
Underlying-
story behind it. And most time when that keeps on happening here and there, and the church tries to silence it down, we now from the outside, or you and like an outlooker now, looking at the situation, you just feel like, okay, this is the way this person reacts to things, not knowing that there's an inner story behind everything. But one thing I feel like they should do, moving on, is that the moment you're dating someone and it's in church, and you guys are actively in church, it should be something that shouldn't be hidden. So Mo will not say this one they don't carry on.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
No lie.
not keep hiding behind the scenes and saying you're keeping it private. You're keeping it private from who? Yourself. Because one thing I so much believe is in transparency.
Very important.
Transparency in relationship, transparency in church, transparency in politics. Everything requires transparency. I don't necessarily have to tell you the truth for you to believe me. But if I'm transparent about the truth, even before you ask me, I'm already building trust.
Absolutely.
So if you are in a relationship with someone and you know there are other people in the department that might be having eyes towards the lady or the man, you speak up about it. It's not something you have to, I'm dating this person, but at least let it be known. So like at least 60-50% of everybody around knows you are dating this person.
Exactly.
And there'll be like a sort of like, gap. But the fact that you guys can be doing secret, I feel like why even being secret in church about who you're dating? Yes, I get the fact that you're trying to cover it massively. Even me, if I would advise in covering, but on the long run, it's doing more harm than good, because what if it doesn't work out and she's now with another person? How would you feel raising up your hands in church? Would you connect to God?
God. So you see this transparency when you're talking. Something happened one time and it did very funny.
Okay.
I've been see this lady for church, so we've been they talk and not just normal random conversation. So you can't get one year, one Valentine evening. So I can't ask her. So not just random conversation on that evening that they say now for so church says I can't ask so far now. So everything they go say say she even normal just random conversation no. Say she the same person. I say no. Say this thing. I can't say okay no, but at least say definitely that person will come along.
Actually.
You know what happened?
Which is okay.
You know, reach 1 month later, one of my friends, just in random talk, they say, you know, say this person don't propose. They don't propose. They don't propose to this person. Where I sit, I just they laugh. They ask me why they laugh. I say no, nothing. So I can't ask myself, what if say I been getting interest, and I can't like okay one day try it. So I can't hear at the end of the day, this person will say you don't show green light. So why it be like that?
Honestly speaking, I feel like ladies hide their relationship more than guys. I feel like even outside the church setting, if you notice, let's take for instance when a lady goes out to a fancy dinner or a fancy restaurant and she's taking pictures. 95% of the
no go show the guy.
Hide the guy's face. I feel like a guy doesn't really have a question telling someone who is dating, especially if someone is taking seriously.
Definitely.
And if a guy is dating and he's actually very serious about it, he would obviously tell, because the way he talks to his friends and randomly can just tell you, my babe this, my babe. It's just once the guy is in love, it's obvious. But a lady, I feel like they're trying. Well, it's a good way to protect themselves. But I really appreciate, especially in church, because that's the house of the Lord, not the house of men and women, house of God. If you are seeing someone or someone is with you, let it be known. If it's outside the church setting, then that's a different ballgame.
Exactly.
You hold that to yourself. I feel like you hold it to the people in church to at least let them know that you are in a relationship with someone. Even if you say you are close friends, at least me say with my normal common sense, I'll just know that
something is going on.
But the fact that you just act, imagine now, like you just said, 1 month later, after you were trying to get to know someone, maybe the whole talking stage kind of vibe. You
go just lose. Nobody this person why I don't follow.
And you know the painful thing? There's a very high chance that when you were talking to her, like maybe the second week or the third week, you go send the IV. After you don't follow and do stuff.
you call me like say they put you for me. As in, so I mean, it did very funny. So another thing they say, you don't ever like someone, but avoid dating them because of the fact say you go worry about waiting people for church go talk.
That's tricky. So one thing I so much believe in is getting to know people from afar before you tell them hi. So I watch how you behave around your community. When I mean your community, that is the same people in the same department with.
Okay.
I watch how you handle the regular guy and the normal guy before I even tell you hi. Regardless of, I feel like the way she will treat those people is a signal to how she will treat you. You don't necessarily have to tell a girl hello to know her. Since we're in the same church setting, you would obviously take pictures, you obviously go up and down. So just here and there, noticing behavior. I feel like one thing we Gen Zs now, in our current generation, we don't have, especially when we're approaching dating, is patience. Nobody's patient again. Nobody wants to do the whole novel kind of love anyway. Everybody's I find my babe 2 weeks in, 1 month in, we're in a relationship. As much as that would work, but on the long run, 2-3 months in, that patch of you guys didn't start from friendship will show. So what I do is I first do the whole head game. My own head game is, who is this person? The regular guy. How does he treat the regular guy? I can do that for as much as 6 months. Another thing we guys, we don't tell ourselves the truth is, I feel like you can know when you're attracted to a lady for love or for lust.
Definitely. No be lie.
Yes.
No be lie.
So me now,
no be lie.
because I'm not getting younger, when I see that it's lust that is driving me towards a lady, and I really like that girl, I give her space. Not because I know not because I can't approach her that much, because I know that even if it eventually works, it's not going to be a good direction to begin with.
Definitely, because the motive, no be say now for long term thing.
Yes, and sometimes I feel like ladies too. One thing that pioneers like the way they think and their decision making is the friends they keep. So let's say a lady is friends with 6 girls, and she's an active church member, but your 5 girls that are your friends, 5 girls that are your friends rather, are not active church members. But when you need advice, you leave people in church, and you gotta meet people outside the church to give you advice about someone in church. So are you seeing?
You know, fear line.
It's not there.
You know, fear line.
Meeting point.
You know, fear line.
Because people like choose you, do this, and people telling you that they can't boost. They don't have a track record of keeping their relationship. One thing, I don't take advice from someone that doesn't have a track record of a long relationship.
Absolutely.
No matter if it's, we say this one, the girl is this, because no matter what, no one is perfect.
Yeah, sure.
No one is perfect. But
Sure.
one thing I would just appreciate people do more is to be patient. Yes, the girl is fine. Yes, she has a nice body. Yes, the guy is tall. Yes, the guy is just fake, but his character, they train children.
Absolutely. No be those body.
Yes, eventually, even if she's fine, they give you headache.
It go turn ugly. Those fine face go. You go. So they go back. To they come back and come in them, but they fear you.
Even if the guy is fine and toxic, or is a narcissist, or is someone that is easily he manipulates a lot, him being handsome would not cover for those excesses.
Absolutely. No be
So when
lie.
I say practice patience, if you like someone or you're trying to date someone in church and the interest is already in your head, observe them first. It won't take you anything. I so much believe in that whole theory of observe God. Me myself, I'm a scientist. Now, before they say something is a fact, that don't you test
exactly. Observation and all.
Just observe. Because if you don't observe, ladies are very good at pretending. The moment you tell a girl you like her,
You don't.
or you are interested in her, just know that she would not show you her real side again. She wants to appear perfect in your eyes. So the best way to go about it, just be a friend of your friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Ask her friend about her with scope. So even if she's around, you act like you're not even seeing her. Just get to know her from the outside. Then eventually, if you not try to get into the inside, and you see that what you had observed is not corresponding with what she's showing you, or her words are not correlating with her actions. Because I so much believe that don't listen to what people say. Listen to
So what they are
action.
not saying, and even what they are not saying, underneath their action.
So let's say a lady says, "I'm not really into tall guys, but all our friends are tall."
Are you any? Exactly. So,
So just one thing, concerning that question, I feel like the best way to answer it, be observant and be more patient when approaching people. That's all. That's all.
Chisom,
Yeah, my brother.
you don't end relationship because of say pastor or leader or mentor didn't approve. For sure, don't approve. Didn't approve of that. And not be saying not anything they wrong with them.
Well,
Or you don't hear person be say
I've
get
heard
that
of it, but personally, I feel like I'm a very rugged human being. I might appear calm, but my life is my life. I believe so much in respect, despite it being a church setting. Yes, you're a man of God. Yes, you're my leader, but my private life, let's be very honest, you know, really concern.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The only time it concerns you is when it becomes like point of, how will I put it now? A point of emergency that everybody can say like it's obviously not going well. But my relationship is going fine, and I'm keeping it okay. Then put it this way. I know this might sound okay. It's not about how it's going to sound. It's about saying the truth. The simple truth is that if you're in a church setting and you're a worker and you're in a relationship, you should be actively practicing celibacy. Let's just start from there first.
Okay.
If you can't deceive yourself and deceive God.
Definitely.
Because the main reason why the outsiders or people outside church don't really believe in the whole you are going to church thing again is because you can't differentiate between a believer and a normal person and a Christian. So first off, if you are going into a relationship without the idea of you being celibate with that relationship, then you shouldn't even. What are you learning in church? Yes, hormones are there. Yes, a woman is through ovulation. Yes, you have done this. Yes, you have done that. Everybody has a past. But for something to work out, God has to be in the middle of it. So first off, if they are coming to you based on that kind of level, and there's someone that is willing to learn, then there's no problem with it. But there's something called intruding. Intruding is when I give you a certain kind of information as it pleases me. Then you now try to bank on that information based on what you know and trying to get across to me based on what you know, thinking that you can have it, like you're in that position to take decisions for myself because it won't work out. It won't work out. You're not my dad, you're not my mom. Even if you don't to like, it's one thing to suggest something, it's one thing to impose it. And most times, some church leaders, they don't know the thin line between imposing and suggestion. You can suggest an idea, but you can't impose something to an adult. Like, who does that?
No be lie. So this one, it get very funny. Okay. And I always talk and say any guy or anybody will use them for another person when it comes to relationship within Christian community. Okay. I won't say pick up line, but the word just very lame to me. Very lame. Okay. So now, it based on the say why you think say some people say God said what they want is
sex.
No, is my church will approve.
God said, but my church will approve.
Yeah. Like but make I take the question. Okay, so now why do you say some people they think say if they said God said, but what they really meant is that my church will approve of our relationship.
I'm a very blunt person, and I feel like there's a simple truth that you're lying. That's just the truth. You know, as much as you can go about saying God said, one thing about something God will actually say that God's word does not return to him void. If God really said the provision and the instances of it meant to happen, it will come together. It will surely happen. But when you are using the whole God said based on your position or how people perceive you in church, that's a very wrong motive. Because imagine now a 100-level girl or someone that just joined church, and let me say a baby Christian, and she sees this guy is actively burning for God, taking prayers, active worship, people are crying. And this guy appraises this lady that's a baby Christian that's already looking up to him based on admiration. And the guy, she's like, I really appreciate you, this, that. For you know it now, the girl's already cooking rice, this, that. And for you know it, the guy can bank on the girl's
naivety.
Yes, can bank on that. And that's what I don't until God said. And she would believe because she's a baby Christian. Even if God said something to you, you say that I'm telling you God said, go and check what God is saying too. If you cannot check what God is saying because you don't have like a firm personal relationship with God, then you meet someone you know has a personal relationship with God. Or you can actually reach out to your pastor. One thing I know that even if people under the church who want to say God said, the main general overseer would not bank on God said.
You just have to do your own diligence.
Yes.
So, again, one very funny question we say I want to ask. And based on the fact, say, how do we know the thin line between the fact, say, okay, as a man that I am, I don't need to use God said to win a lady, but to go straight as a man will do. Say, okay, I like this person, I don't like this person pattern. Make I go meet them as CVP. I mean for Christian community. Instead of using some funny way to win them over, or trying to think, say, because of the fact, say, I feel use that God pattern, or just use that, you understand what I mean? That one, they win them. Instead of me coming to, okay, I like you as a person. I like you in a romantic way, and this is what I get for my this. If it's possible, okay, if we get to know each other better and move on from there. And another thing we say, but first, why many they try avoid that part first? Who first sign on that map?
Okay, so I feel like it's coming from a place of you don't know how to communicate as a guy. Let's leave the what God said. Let's start from the root.
Exactly.
You don't know how to communicate as a guy, and I feel like nobody will teach you how to approach a lady but yourself. You can read all the result or the pickup line outside. You are not confident enough to approach a girl. When you pack the pickup line in your head and you walk up to her, it will erase from your memory and you look so stupid.
No be lie. Yeah, sure. She don't know. Yeah.
So one thing is that if a guy is not confident per se, but he has a well reputable position in church, he can bank on just that position to approach someone. And that's coming back to what you were saying before, that whole using God said. So even without him saying God said, based on his position in church, he can use that position in church as a form of luring them to him. But it seems that every man, you should know that, yes, we're in the whole vibe of feminism and all 50-50, but don't forget that as a man, you are an initiator.
Exactly.
So if something is your mindset, if it's something you cannot even pass across to her, okay, let's say you're that shy, at least tell her close friend to tell her the information. Because keeping it to yourself is you dying in silence. She will hug another guy and your people will go.
No be lie. And there's nothing you can do about it.
What do you want to do? I feel like that's the worst place you can be as a person. Well, you're not jealous. The person doesn't even know that you are existing. You're just dying. You're soliloquizing. You're like you're taking alcohol, but there's no alcohol. You're just dying. So one thing is that the first thing, whether church or no church, whether you're dating for love or not, learn basic communication skills. It will help you in so many ways. It doesn't have to always be, hi, you look so good, I like your hair.
Generic.
It doesn't have to be so generic. You can just walk up to her and I say, I noticed that whenever you come to church, you always like getting bottled water. Seems you like being hydrated. That's a very good conversation starter because you are not walking through the whole, you're fine, you're looking good. That's be working on what you are seeing presently. If that is not something you can do, then you can do the whole, you look familiar. When you tell a lady she looks familiar, what comes to her that this guy knows me from somewhere? She's not so there are other ways to communicate. I feel like I can't teach you communication.
Nah.
I can't teach you communication. Maybe I'm not gonna lie. I was once like that. I'm not even going to go through the corners. I was once like that. But one thing I did actively was that I did a self-assessment. I wrote down things I was not very good at when I was, I think, 18, 17, and I started reading books towards that direction. Before I could not even look at the camera, I didn't listen to something without looking at the material. But it's something that the more intentional you are about yourself, anybody that approaches you can tell like this person is intentional about. If you're intentional about how you dress,
grooming,
you're intentional about your growth,
exactly,
you're intentional about your mindset, it will show.
No be
One
lie.
thing people can never deny is result.
No be lie.
You can't deny result. You can't deny someone's result, no matter how hard you. Even if you might say person come, let's put it this way. Sometimes when the guy is overly confident, they'll say what he's arrogant. Not necessarily because he's arrogant, but the guy just feels like this guy knows what he's doing. He knows
Absolutely.
his worth. So even for a girl, there's some girls like they make it very hard for guys. Very hard. Aside the whole she's looking good and all, but that whole attitude of what's up, what happened? If your confidence was at 100,
or you drop. If you drop.
So another thing, don't go above what you know you can't get. Yes. Don't go above what you know you can't get. Be realistic with yourself. Tell yourself the truth. You're seeing a lady in her late 20s or early 20s that is done with NYSC, you're still in school. She has a 9-to-5 job, she's doing fine for herself.
You work on the
and you're not doing, God will provide. Just tell yourself the truth and leave her. You don't even bother doing it.
Absolutely.
Why? Well, see, let's be very frank. Ladies are naturally expensive. It's not like it's something they intentionally do.
Yeah.
They put hair on their hair, put lashes on their lashes, put nails on their nails.
Oh God.
Should we continue? This goes on and on. So as a guy, you check where you are coming from.
Exactly.
Yes, she's fine. Yes, you like her. Can you cope?
Exactly.
Don't go and give yourself headache. Unnecessary.
Pleasing just to displease yourself and I feel like receiving
it. Me saying as a guy, you're not looking for small girls.
Yeah, exactly. It's just to cut your coat and be realistic with anything we say you want to do. No be lie.
And yes, last thing.
Okay.
Don't go for someone because you know that it's going to be something very easy. Don't put it this way. There's some people that know that approaching this lady now,
we give them
stress or all of it. Or, it's something that is just like a walk in the park for you. The simple thing that we guys naturally, our instinctive mind is, our instinctive mind is giving that hunter vibes. So sometimes most guys approach girls for the hunt, just for the whole
trails.
Yeah, let's get an list now. Just all those kind of stuff. But see that what you wouldn't want someone to do to you,
don't do it
as
to
a
them.
person, don't do it to other people. People are, no matter how they would take it, everybody's flesh and blood. Everybody has
blood runs in everybody.
So if you don't like someone, just even as a girl too, and anyone that later listen to this, leave the person alone.
So it gets something we say we talk. If I just want, I want ask question on. The part of the fact say sometimes going for somebody who is easier as a guy, trying to maybe approach them and say, maybe they're easier to get. So waiting be the thin line between the fact say a lady is not interested in this person. Maybe say, they're interested. She no rate you. But the guy is interested. They do. And say in the chase. But the person in the chase, not really. So, and the fact, this person will get interest in you, but they just want that small, just push small. Waiting be the thin line in between.
As a guy, I feel like you should know when to leave. So you not be afterthought.
Why you talk afterthoughts?
That's the simple truth. Let me just put this thing. The thing I tell my guys, I always tell them that you can obviously tell when the girl is interested. Let's just be very honest with that. So you can tell when the girl is interested in knowing you. I've seen girls, I have friends that are girls, and I know when they talk to me about their love interest or someone they have crushing, they make it easy. For people they like, if you are putting in interest, if you buy attention with money, you will keep the attention with money. if you buy attention with glamour and lies, you will keep the attention with lying. So just be. I feel like yes, I know I said something about not going way above your league. But
Yes.
even if you are going to do that, at least be very honest. If it's 500k you have in your account, don't tell her you have 500k. Just tell her how you walk around and what you can do. Just be honest with yourself. Because sometimes you meeting someone like that, it doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship. She can be your destiny helper. She can link you up to people that would matter.
Yeah, exactly.
And from there, when she links you up and you're looking like something she can, if you bring in your interest, then she already knows like you are doing well.
Yeah.
And she saw that intention of you trying to do well based on when she linked you up. That is a better manner of approach. But when you're saying a guy would go for someone easy, well, I so much believe in marrying your temptation. Marry your temptation. Let's be honest. That's what keeps marriages for long.
Definitely. No be lie.
If you
No
go
be
for
lie.
someone that is
You are not so crazily into.
that the one you marry and she have tie wrapper like this, you're like, see me, you just a vex. You can just wake up and see your wife and you're vexing. That's not a good thing. That's a good place to be for at least 30 years of your life. You now see the man wasting his life taking alcohol.
No happy home because
If you marry your temptation, like once you wake up in the morning and you see this girl, you are excited, or you see your wife, you're excited, the marriage will last.
exactly.
So even if your temptation is higher than you,
You're gonna say
that is the more reason to lock in.
as in no be lie. Because most times when we get conversation, just trying, I always talk say you better make two people way they crazily into each other, marry each other. Because even when they get issue, it would be very easy for them. Because the worst thing for man, the worst thing for anybody, not be only for man, say you see your home, where we say woman day, or where you deal with man as a battlefield. Where we say you prefer to even run go office than when you come back to that house. Because anytime we say they're close, everybody they go out, you go start to think. But you're always happy immediately you are leaving home the next day. They don't even be couple again. Now they be flatmates.
I don't know if you could remember that this whole podcast that came out, was it from the Honest Bunch?
Yeah, recently.
That guy was crying online because of what the woman did to him. Not as much as, I don't know, I feel like, the society is not kind to men when those kind of things happen. As a man, if you're going to do long distance with a woman for the long term, make sure she likes you enough. Because tell me why you are married for 11 years and majority of the time you're not even there. And you're expecting her to bank on the video calls and the voice call. For a woman, presence means a whole lot more than your money says.
Absolutely.
That's just the simple truth. But that's why most times you hear them say it's the little things, and actually it's actually the little things. It's as little as she's on her period and you know she likes a certain kind of meal and you just make it for her. Yeah, so you might send her 50k then, but you making that meal mean so much more to her than you sending her 50k or 100k at that point. So what I wanted to bring from there is that the society is very cruel to guys, especially when guys are trying to express how they feel. They just see it as a weak man, and it's not a good thing. I feel like it's not a good thing. Why is it not a good thing? That in as much as, yes, how many times have you gone online, on Instagram, Facebook, or whatsoever be the app, and you see someone actually say, 12 ways on how to love a man, or 12 ways on how to treat a man.
The opposite, they always do.
But if I check my FYP now, if I don't scroll,
he goes
how to make your woman feel right. I'm not even married, but I didn't know a woman has ovulation, routine,
Muslim, everything.
Because it's in my face.
Chai.
It is not even a good place because women are just asking like, I know how to treat my man. What is there? I'll just cook.
Have you cooking?
Or I'll just take care of him. And most of the time when you hear what you bring to the table, I feel like it shouldn't be an offensive question because the simple truth is that as much as yes, so we are fine and everything, but when a guy tells you what do you bring to the table, he's not asking you what do you bring to the table. He's asking what can you add to my life. Because honestly speaking, the only person that will love you better than God in this life, if you want to be very honest with yourself, is your mom as a guy. So once you are shifting from your mom to a woman, that is a very, very, very delicate and strong decision. Check now. They released a bio data, I think during March, that men are committing more suicide.
Damn.
Yes, they're not hearing men.
Wow.
But nobody's saying what they're saying. And for relationship to work, I feel like there should be more people speaking about men. There should be more men awareness. You say my man this, my man that, but that's like me. I don't like moving towards one side of the story. The woman can be crying now. I've actually seen a woman crying. After she finished crying, she cleaned her tears and she was laughing. That is something that would be very hard for you to see a guy do something like that. And she didn't just laugh. The way she laughed, like if I should put camera there and I turn it to horror movie, you say you'd be scared. Because how would you switch from 0
200.
200 so fast.
ASAP.
That's scary, man. That is so scary. And it happened on the call. Hi, hello. After the call, I started smiling. And the guy now will be, where is he?
They think, oh my God.
It's simply that if you are not ready for what comes with a relationship, just be with yourself. Just be with yourself. It's scary there. Even if it's in church or outside, it's very scary. It's very scary.
Oh my, wow, this is interesting. Which one did very important past? Agreement or chemistry between two people for Christian community as a whole?
Agreement or chemistry? Well, as a Christian, it should be agreement. Chemistry and chemistry. There can be a wrong this thing. What's it called? They call my head. There can be a wrong. God, what is this? Agreement matters when chemistry in one sense. You can meet someone and you get butterflies. I call it it's the whole honeymoon phase.
Reality never sets in.
Yes. And one thing is that if you get into a relationship during the honeymoon phase and you don't get clarity, and that clarity comes with agreeing. If you don't get clarity and agreeing on whether you guys have the same values, whether you guys think alike, whether there are things you guys can agree to disagree on, it causes emotional entanglement. So take for instance, a couple started dating and the whole honeymoon phase lasted for like 2 months. And they argue.
No, everything they go smooth.
I love you too. And 2 months down the line, you guys had your first argument, and you just notice that she's someone that if she's talking or when something pisses her off, she finds it hard to accept confrontation. And you are someone that likes confronting.
Now let's talk about this.
Yeah, she's telling you, can we keep this for later? And you know fully well the kind of person you are. You know if you keep it for later, it will more escalate to be more than that later on. But you guys didn't speak about it. You were saying, I love you, I love you, I love you. So at that moment, that's why if you one thing that keeps a long-term relationship going, once the honeymoon phase is over and it's getting towards that whole argument on a steady basis, if you guys can survive that argument,
it would be very easy to cross any other order.
Yeah, because ladies don't like confrontation. Let me put it out there. Ladies, especially if someone they are romantically interested in or in a relationship, they don't like confrontation. Especially if it's something you have to take accountability for after.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like every woman out there is a big baby. You just have to just find a way to manage the big baby and her emotions. So confrontation makes them agitated. Not like they don't like the argument, but the fact they have to go through all that process with someone they love is
mess with their mental health.
A lot. You as a guy, you're very logical now. Today we argue. You argue with time,
don't go come up for mind.
Don't play FIFA.
Now don't be lying. Exactly.
Yes. But for them it's way more than that. I feel like one thing I can say confidently about women is that women, if a woman wants to do anything, she takes it to the extreme of it. If a woman wants to be a good person, she'll be very good. If a woman wants to be a bad person, she'll be very bad. If a woman wants to be someone manipulative,
exactly.
They know how to
in full.
Yeah, they know how to make things more bigger. Something like it's natural with them. It's something God just gave to them. Like, once you put something in a woman's hand and she's really interested in it, can be money, it can be anything. You just know how to have that expansion.
Exactly.
So once you are doing that kind of thing with your lady and you're not sure of what's gonna happen, the best that whole agreement. If you meet her, yes, me now. If it happens again, that'll be my format. But still, then if it ever happens, make sure that argument can start from things very little. It can start from someone preferring fan to AC.
And before, those things don't really matter.
It doesn't matter normally, but the fact that
they don't cross
not together, it matters. It can be as little as
toothpaste.
You
don't toothpaste.
When you leave the bedroom, don't throw your towel on the bed.
And I normal thing we say that time you see that honeymoon face, they don't really see him.
You see him. Can be as little as you before you leave the house, you have to peck her on her cheek. If you don't do it, she just believes I don't know her again.
Even when they go to your own,
like I told you first, too, you are not ready. Every woman is a big baby. Just find your own.
Find your own.
So I feel like that is the approach me I've been having. So rather than me seeing them as equals, or me seeing them as people I just want to impose things, just treat them the way they are coming.
Yeah.
She's ranting. Just when she's like in African, just relate to her. Who's that person? Let's go and beat the person. That kind of vibe will just make her more calm. But if you go with them, what's happening? Are you fine? She will obviously tell you she's fine. If you tell her are you fine for the next 15 minutes, she keep on telling she's fine. Because you've not created that whole space for them. So agreement really helps because agreement will save you from stress and give you peace of mind as a man. When I mean agreement it can be as little as she has a best friend. And normally, how and the guy have been best friends for like 12 years,
Mm-hmm.
even before your person came into the
Yeah.
picture. So you know, as a guy, maybe at the beginning of the relationship, you want to do it, let peace reign. But the simple that every bestie thing, on the long run, the guy will feel threatened. By you having
Definitely,
bestie.
because the territoriality, men they always try guide their territoriality. We can't nobody feel that part away.
Exactly. So most times, if you're telling a lady that kind of thing, it still boils down to how much she likes you. If you manage a lady you want with money, you want her attention with money, you're not telling her she not bestie.
Yeah, on your own. No.
Anything you see, collect.
No be lie. So and these things no be only for outside because now human being. Even within the Christian community and all things they happen and people just know where to draw the line and stuff like that. So Chisom, this one would lead me to another very important question. You see, you think say some relationships or marriage, often what we call kingdom marriages,
Okay.
are just partnerships of image rather than intimacy.
Come on. That's a very deep question. Well, gosh. So here's the thing. I'm not going to answer that question directly, but I'll give like this thing. I'll put a scenario towards it. So here's it. If we're going to be very honest with ourselves, most marriage is thriving now is transactional.
Why you talk so?
Okay, let me put it this way. A man has gotten to the climax of himself and he knows that he can actually settle for any lady, rich or poor, and she'll do fine. But when a lady that's almost at the same level as him comes in, and his mom sees suggesting one random lady that is just finishing school, but that lady has a car, takes care of herself, has a flat, is emotionally mature, knows what she wants, has a well-defined purpose, she's working in it. Do you think the guy will go for someone he can control or someone that will partner with him and be more transactional, even if he doesn't really like her?
No be lie.
He's securing the future of his children.
No be lie.
So as long as it's marriage, it's optional. It's not something that everybody's forcing into. It's simply that if you are in the position to choose between someone that will be a partner with you and will make you have a proper family and someone that is just there, nobody wants to marry a liability.
Definitely.
So when you say kingdom marriage, now I'm coming down to it now.
Okay.
When you say kingdom marriage and it being like a form of partnership, yes, it is. But when it becomes one thing about kingdom marriage is his purpose is either your purpose flows into his or you guys don't meet at the middle. If it doesn't go that way, you just look as if the man is the pastor and the woman is just following him up and down. Just like as if the man is 30 years ahead of the woman and the woman is just there. And the only significant thing about her is the fact that she has a man's son. The only thing making her relevant to that man is just because she has his son. I don't want to mention him. That's how I'm just being holding him back.
Yeah.
Yes. So that sometimes you see some kind of settings, like you look at the pastor, you look at his wife, you obviously know that it's not because of this pastor. Even if the wife is preaching, nobody will listen to her. Because the level at which the man is, his woman is not there. So if somebody believes that in marriage, if you are learning anything, carry your partner along. If you are taking any course, carry your partner along. If you are doing anything, even if you can't carry them along, at least give them a summary of what you are doing. In that way, what you are doing, they said iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
So it can be a very bad thing where you see a man that is purpose driven and it just seems like his wife is drawing him back. Or you see a woman that's purpose driven and it just feels like her husband is dragging her back. That's where it shifts from being partnership to you're no longer thriving. The marriage is just surviving. And it's surviving maybe because there's any children involved or the image you've created for the world to see. That's why she can't come out or wherever he can't come out. So kingdom marriage is only necessary when, like I said, when the couples aligns or flows into the man's will or both of them meet at the middle. If it doesn't work, if it doesn't move towards any of this direction I just made mention of, the possibility of it breaking or having a crack is very, very high. And it's not everybody that is, it's not every woman and not every man can handle someone that is purpose driven.
Don't be lie.
Imagine now Dangote's wife is not someone that listens a lot.
Because the man go round too.
Exactly.
He
He
go
might
rant.
not be able to rant to his, but you see that his wife, what she would have heard.
Some people don't go figure. Some people heard people.
Exactly. So she might not be in the media person.
But understanding the kind of person we say they're
Even
married.
some of the decision making he makes on the bigger board, his wife is pioneering it. Like she's part of it. She's all pioneering it, even when he's not there.
Exactly.
So it's not marrying someone that gets you mentally. That's what I mean. I'll tell someone if you want to really enjoy your marriage, marry someone that connects with you mentally before attraction.
Absolutely.
Because if someone connects with you mentally, I cannot be imagine now you're trying to like give person sense of humor and person saying, what did you say? Oh, after like 5 minutes, you can't be doing that every time.
Oh my God.
Even if you are patient, you can't be that patient.
You see, this thing when you talk, it gets something we I see on Substack some days back.
Okay.
With
Someone's piece.
no, yeah, now someone's piece. Okay. So I've been a reader. So the person talk about intellectual intimacy. Even for Christian community, aside from the godly, the activities in church and all like that, this person is spiritually inclined. What is the importance of intellectual intimacy for relationship?
One of the biggest advantage of intellectual intimacy in a relationship is you complete their words, you read their minds better, you understand them to a level that they don't have to say anything. Take for instance, now the man comes back, you ask him, are you fine? He said he's fine. But based on the kind of person he is, even without him saying, just from the way he keeps his glasses,
you don't know, say something
she
done wrong.
At that point, even if something went wrong in the house, she just has to be there for him. But if it's not someone you guys connect intellectually, like you guys are not mentally inclined, if something happened in the house and the man is at his lowest moment, imagine coming back to someone you call your peace of mind or your safe space, and you had the worst of days, and the moment you're opening the door, she's nagging and ranting at you.
Fry pan to fire.
It doesn't mean just that. Another thing about intellectual intimacy is that it makes you guys feel like you are brothers and sisters. Or it makes, how like intellectual intimacy is what makes friendship so enjoyable that it overflows to a relationship.
Exactly.
If you are first friends and you guys are intellectually inclined, when we become intellectual intimacy is when you guys become more intimate in the relationship. So imagine now you've known a girl for 6 years. You rewind yourself, now my guy. She rewind herself, now my guy. But here's the catch. The fact that you guys have been friends for 6 years, if you eventually decide to talk to someone like that, there's no talking stage.
Normal. Because I don't sure say
sometimes they'll say see finish, but that see finish there is an advantage.
Definitely.
Because all those times that she was crying to you about her partners and what they did and what they did not do, and you knew what you told her at that moment, all those knowledge flowing into that whole friendship and moving into another relationship, you guys are intellectually inclined. So the intimacy part is something that is going to grow because it will take a lot for your mind to shift a lady from a close friend
to being
an intimate partner.
Yeah.
So firstly, if you are someone that you are purpose driven, I'll keep on saying purpose driven because if someone is purpose driven, it's certain that you are going to marry someone that's intellectually inclined with them because you can't be drawing someone down. Imagine someone that has done like 10 projects before you go marry to them. You now come and tell them, you don't have my time.
When you say what's in there for your mind,
you get it. Like, do you get? Imagine someone like, okay, let me just use someone that is very chill now, that is not a far-fetched something. Just imagine the CEO of OP now, and the amount of transactions that come to OP and the kind of board meetings they have, and he has a wife that is not intentionally inclined with him, and he comes back and she's like, "You didn't call me today." So just imagine how you would take something like that. If it's something that has been happening repeatedly and she's talking about it, it's different.
Yeah, exactly.
But if it's something you just
I don't like
are you
all these things really happen and this one I really
So the only thing that will work in that kind of situation is I so much believe in keeping someone in the loop. If you're in a relationship, your partner should not ask you where you are. You should tell them where you are. At least that you have told them that and she's acting like that, then you know that she's acting under the influence of something.
Something is wrong somewhere.
But if you don't marry a purpose-driven person, just know that they will push you. It's not the whole I love you kind of setting.
Yeah, at least
I love you and you're following me to a board meeting. I love you and we're traveling by 9 in the night. It can come at any time. I love you and we can relocate with the kids.
Absolutely.
I love you and the kids' education will always be changing because of the kind of person you are. So for a purpose-driven, yes. Should I say Holy Spirit? Thank you. Yes, it just came to mind. For a purpose-driven person, the best partner of fit with them is someone that gives them stability. Stability outside who they are, who they are in their workspace. So if you can be that person's stability, you really won them over.
Absolutely.
When they know that after the whole, I can remember the president of Tanzania or something. They were doing an interview for him. I was like, I have to go back to my wife openly. In front of the whole boardroom. I don't know whether it's Tanzania, but if I check back later on, I can cross-check. But he said it. And imagine now him saying that in the open. Do you think that man is not happily married? That man is in 6. I'm like, you guys should be fast with the interview. Have you seen the wife in question? You understand why he was
saying.
Intention. You see that? Yes, that is his intention. Exactly. So that's his own stable system. It works for him.
Honestly. So, it will lead me to another question where we say, will they teach people how to love or how to look godly in relationship? Even within the Christian community, are we truly teaching them how to love themselves or how to look godly?
No, I feel like the best template for a romantic relationship is God. So let me put it this way, even as much as nobody will love you this, as much as God will, but He's the best template. Do you know why? If you check what human beings has done to God, in his very normal thinking, if he decides he wants to wipe out all of us, it's not him being judgmental. It's just the truth. So just rephrase the question again.
Okay, so now in the Christian community, do we just teach people how to look godly and not teaching them how to truly fall in love with themselves?
How to look godly? Well, I feel like someone cannot look godly. You can appear godly, but you can't look
I
godly.
think that would be a better word.
Yes.
Just appear to look godly. Why not even teaching them how to love themselves?
Charisma of a godly person, but you're not godly. So here's the thing: you can't deceive yourself. You can deceive other people, fine, but you can't deceive yourself. Yes, the church is actually doing a very good job in teaching people how to be in godly marriage and godly relationship. But here's the thing: we are not listening. Yes, I feel like the major issue is not the church not doing what it's meant to do. The major issue is the people they are talking to. Are they hearing them? Are they? It's one thing to hear someone else. It's one thing to implement what they are saying. So I feel like the problem is a listening problem and a implementing problem. And it's the same thing with almost everything in Nigeria actually, because we are hearing everybody talk, but are you doing what they are saying? The church talks about it. They raise conferences. They invite guest speakers. They even go as far as doing counseling for free. The church does their part. And if you're going to be very honest, the church is not even meant to be doing all of that.
Absolutely. Those are meant for professionals.
Thank you. So in terms of the church is doing a very good job at that. But I feel like it's just a matter of filtering what you're seeing on social media and what the church is giving you. Imagine you just came back from a love conference or a love relationship during Valentine, and you open social media and you see one lady ranting about men has come and the rest.
That one don't even rude, waiting you don't hear. In short,
if you're not someone that has like a stable,
sound mind,
yes, that stuff will wipe out every single thing you've said in your subconscious, not even intentionally said. So one thing we should practice is, yes, the church does its part, but we should also do our part in actually implementing what has been taught. And one thing again is, if you say someone is godly, I strongly believe that you can only judge who is a Christian by one thing. Not by what they say, not by what they do, but by the fruit of the Holy Spirit they have. They are demonstrating it in the gifts. Let me say it, gift, quotes, gift. Gift is a gift. That someone can speak in tongues, that someone can heal, that someone can raise the dead, does not necessarily mean they are godly. The best illustration I can give for that is when you're on the fan. Let's say the source of let's say God is the electricity that makes the fan run. If I off the fan, won't the fan still be rolling?
Yeah, sure, definitely.
That's what happens when someone is running on the gift of God and they're no longer connected to Him. They will still run, but at some point they will stop. So the only thing that will make you see someone is godly first. So let's not go through the corners. Let's leave the fact that they go to church. Let's leave the fact that they are workers. Is that they have the fruits of the Holy Spirit. The fruit of the Holy Spirit is love, patience,
kindness,
long suffering. And if you check it, how many Christians have these things?
If they don't even profile you, say.
Yes, that might say you don't judge a Christian. Forget it, like be a Christian for 20 years, if you don't love, you're lying to yourself. Because the Bible literally says something like God is love. So I feel like once you are profiling someone for a relationship, or you're profiling a girl or a guy, if you check the fruit of the Holy Spirit they have and it's not consistent with their actions, don't bother trying. The person is not godly. Like the person should speak in tongues, the person should move mountains, like the person should call lightning from heaven. God is not in him. They don't hide God. You can't. I feel like God is not something you can hide.
Exactly. It's just qualities that is very visibly seen.
It's seen. So forget the whole dramatic and the whole the up and down. If you see someone that is godly, check for the fruit of the Holy Spirit. So when the fruit of the Holy Spirit is there, and you get to know the person you're talking to, and you notice a flaw, don't run away. That's normal.
Yeah, we are human.
You are human. Just be patient. If it's something you talk to the person about and you are seeing the person is intentional about it, then why not? The only time you run away is when the person tells you he's a Christian, acts like a Christian, behaves like a Christian, but he's always angry.
If you carry...
I feel like that is one thing most Christians have now. They're always angry.
Malice?
Yes, they keep malice a lot. Even in
church.
Wonder. Even in church. Like you just hear that there's a certain lady and a certain guy, or a certain lady and a lady that they've not spoken to themselves in months. So I told you that thing at the beginning of this podcast. How is someone that, imagine someone that hurts your feelings, is a music minister on Sunday, and they just broke up with you last 2 weeks and they are singing? Will you connect to what God is doing there? It's not possible. It's not possible. Let's shift it from the whole minister and anything. Imagine the person is taking an announcement or speaking about something about God or reading the Bible.
Just
And
shake
you're
your
looking at
head.
this person and you're like,
Now you.
you talking about love.
Hmm.
You see, that is the thing. It's just like hot people hurting people.
Chai.
Hot people hurting people. Because you are hot. And see, the simple is that the church is not perfect. Actually,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
the church is a combination of those people that are
Different race, different
Yeah.
ideas, people coming
So,
together.
I don't know. If the church was perfect, then there's no even need for the church.
Mm-hmm.
Then everybody just go to heaven. That's the truth. If you want the perfect man in church, the chance of you seeing the perfect man in church is
God.
that. Even people outside, I feel like most ladies, what they want is their pastor in a bad boy's skin. A pastor that has steez. So he prays, he's a gentleman, he has a steady work.
It's a very good bad guy.
My guy. That's all I can say. That's just the truth.
Very good bad guy.
You can't expect a normal thinking man to do 8 hours of prayer and study, work, come back, and still have time for you. It's not possible. Only the person is a full-time pastor.
Marry your temptation.
You can marry pastor, fine. You cannot marry run.
No be lie.
What he can cook.
No be lie. So, you think say church culture sometimes reward image rather than authenticity?
Like March, church culture rewards image rather than authenticity most times. No, God, can I say this? I can say it. It's about the Catholic Church and everything. So let me just put it this way. So imagine someone that is always following the pastor in and out. The pastor is coming out. Yes, sir. Home, carries Bible, does everything right. But the intention of the person doing that is not to win the attention of the pastor, but it's to win a position. If the pastor is not actively in a personal relationship with God, the pastor is someone that dissents, there's no way if they call out for any position, he would not recommend that guy.
Absolutely.
Yes, that, and the church does it a lot. Because if I'm going to be very honest, it's not everybody that is called to be a pastor that are actually pastors now. Because if you check the process which most churches used to make people pastors, it's based on qualification. Someone just say, I want to be a pastor, and just run through the whole process. Why is there a church in every crook and cranny in Lagos, and people are still committing the exact same thing that happened, even more now? Like if I cross now, I'll see church. If I cross here, I'll see church. If I cross here, I'll see church. If I cross here, I'll see mosque. And things are getting worse by the minute. That's because the people they are putting here are not authentic. They are after their pockets. That's the truth. If they won't hear the truth, so they go block me. That's the truth.
So honestly, because I think about 3 episodes, maybe 2 to 3 episodes, some weeks back, I've been get discussion with a PhD student. Maybe say culture, he's studying Yoruba. Okay. Yes, and it's very deeply rooted when it comes to cultural perspectives. So we can't talk about the fact why they say the less prayerful countries in the world, less religious countries, are the most advanced.
There's no sentiment.
They are the most advanced. Advanced, when I need very advanced, first world countries. So, and we're looking at the most prayerful countries are in the third world countries.
There's no sentiment. Religion sometimes it blinds people. And one thing people don't know is that Christianity is not actually a religion. Yes, Christianity is a religion. Christianity is a relationship with God.
But in that light, why do people sometimes shelve their responsibility on God?
Because that's what they've been exposed to from birth. Exposure conditions a man.
Very important.
Exposure conditions a man. Even me, I'm saying I'm a Christian. They give birth to me in Zaria now. The chance of me becoming a Christian has reduced drastically to as much as 80%. So exposure conditions a man. If you give birth to a man in a Christian thriving community, will surely become a Christian. If you give birth to a man in a Muslim thriving community, will surely become a Muslim. But here's the catch. If you see, one thing I love about people that switch rules, like switch from Christianity to Muslim or Muslim to Christian, they have a very different perspective. And I like hearing those kind of people out. Whether it's against us as Christians or against them. It's just, I like that vibe you come with. So imagine someone that is in, as much as born, becoming a Christian. If you check that person's conviction with someone, a normal Lagos Christian,
it's a different
it looks as if they are practicing different things.
Absolutely.
someone that knows that him going to church now, he can die. And he will still carry that Bible and still go to church. If they should try that in Lagos, most churches will not hold.
Definitely.
So you can't exposure conditions a man. It conditions how he think, how he approaches things, the kind of decisions he will make in life. You know, if you limit a man to Ojo, he would only think about Ojo ideas.
Definitely.
If I carry that same man and I take him to the island and he should stay there for the next 2 years, he will bring the wealth of Ojo and what he's seen there. Once he combines it,
He will be
he
able
just
to-
look like this guy is different. Because he has combined
The
two-
exposures.
Yes, he has brought two things together. So sometimes as a man, if you're in a place that is not working out for you, it's not a matter of what you are in there. You just need to change your environment. Change where you are, change how you think. Sometimes even go out for networking events to help
Absolutely.
you think better. And in that light of you saying, come again with the question.
Okay, yeah. So the rewarding of image when it comes to relationship, say, than being authentic.
You can buy the image, but you can't buy authenticity. Yes, you only buy the image based on being charismatic about what the image would give. But eventually, when you become what you were looking for, your blind spots will surely show. You can't hide your blind spots, no matter how manipulative you think you are. If a psychologist look at you, or someone that actually has time to look at you, they can tell you are being fake.
Definitely.
It's not even about the power of God this time. It will show.
Definitely.
So you can try to be authentic, but original.
No be lie. No be lie. No jokes. No jokes. And before we call it a day, waiting will be your parting shot. So I give you the floor. Waiting will be your parting shot on this conversation.
Okay, there was something I wrote down here.
Okay.
So when you pursue purpose, the right person is added to you. Yes. When you pursue purpose, the right person is added to you. So take for instance, you are here as a guy and you just started 2026. And you're like, I'm going to focus on myself. I'm going to lock in. I'll go to the gym. I'll do this. I'll do that. Why is that every time you want to lock in? That's when your temptation comes your way. Or am I the only one noticing it?
Sure, because at that moment, go be like saying that those your plans. It's just be like, say, this thing, the very, very easy thing to relate. As light no day now, make light no day. You don't carry pen and paper and say, you get things, all this to-do list. I need to write down all these things, so this idea within my head. I don't write down, they just bring light.
It's good.
If person no day conscious and self-discipline, you go leave that thing, go carry remote on TV. This movie for next place, I must finish am.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like the way the media is conditioning this whole spirituality thing, they're making it become feeble, and it's very intentional. Because why is it that it's the moment a man or a woman wants to be serious with their life, their spirit will not show up from you?
Their momo button.
Like, me, I'm saying this happened to like 3 times. Like, I've locked in, plan written, action plan, books to write. All of a sudden, they will just send one damn Milola from nowhere. But that's what I was saying. The fact that happens shows that you're on the right path.
Exactly, because they see that fire.
So it's one thing to maybe just draw back, and the other thing to stay there. See, if you stay in your purpose adamantly, like you stay there, anybody that's going to come there would not make you, how will I put it? Will not make you negotiate your purpose.
Definitely, would at least make you feel as if you have to choose between them and your purpose.
Thank you. Like I said, if you see someone that's going to work out with you, you just notice like your purpose and hers, or hers and yours, just align. It can be that she will say something like, I'm not really into the idea of having so much children. And you're like, okay. Because that's what you already have in your mind. She can say something like, I'm not really a fan of training my children here in Lagos. I feel like Lagos is too loud. And she doesn't know that you have a 2-year plan of relocating to Abuja. That's
exactly.
That is you guys matching even without saying anything. So once your purpose, you can't discover purpose.
You just have
to actively work on. Just work with what you have. Work with what we have. Because God can only bless you when you have something working. You can't pray to blessings and be all these whole programs they are hosting. If you like, say amen, we prophetic words 6 times of your head.
Stay have to.
If you don't have work like
your hands,
if you are not working, if you don't have anything,
nothing will happen.
So for you to be in a godly relationship, a purpose-driven relationship, a relationship that work in the 4 walls of the church and outside the church, your purpose has to be aligned, and 2, your values has to be also in the same place. You guys have to check yourself. And another thing people don't even also check in the whole relationship settings: background.
Patterns.
Even if I know that one is towards marriage, but it's not every background you can marry from. I don't go.
Yeah, exactly. Into
That's the total podcast.
Exactly. Maybe we go to find out.
Background is necessary.
Exactly.
Not a lot of blind background.
You see this background where you talk, something just come out. One person I've been reading and say for he talk say, suppose check the background of the kind family where they marry from, how they even good intellectually, so that even marry them, that those things will affect your children where you want back.
But let me just put it down to something. Some people can get married out of love, and in the whole marriage, you don't find out that epilepsy runs down through the lady's line.
Or the guys.
Or the guy has a history of high blood pressure. Or it's not. And where the one I used to tame me down to my bone marrow is when someone is AS. She's AS. And guys use love and you give birth to a walking
innocent children.
It's well, I'm closing with this. Lock in your purpose, and the right person will find you there. The right person will not make you negotiate your purpose. 2, be very honest with what you can do and how you can do it at every given moment. And 3, always put God at the center of everything you're doing, either as a Muslim or as a Christian. And 4, surround yourself with the right people, because your environment conditions how.
Absolutely.
And 5, marry your temptation. Go for what tempts you, because if you don't go for what tempts you, on the long term, another fine guy went tired, another fine guy went tired. So just do that.
Very important.
So it's been an amazing time here with my
honestly.
I hope you invite me again.
Yeah, sure, definitely. And my people, and as I always talk and say, we get many things we say they go on for our life. People things we say we they see, people with they around us, their experiences and all. And those kinds of things we say we always try and I know we say we they try point fingers to anybody, but at the same time, not just to truly understand how people feel. Waiting people really they waiting that they see their mindset on those things. So get conversations around them and tell ourselves, say, okay, how it be. Nobody say we get all the truth for here, but for us to just dialogue, have those diplomatic conversations. And that's so it be. And as I always talk and say, as better citizen, when we hear something, not just to think so that we go reason and we go feel give well. Not be only for where we find ourselves now, but anywhere we say we find ourselves at the end of the day, if it be outside the shore of the country where we say we live, or within the country itself, we will continue to be better person, a better citizen, a better parent, better family members too. And now on this note, we go say thank you to everyone, and we know say your support now in the ginger us for us to continue with this conversation. And on this note, we'll call them a day and look forward to another interesting episode coming up soon. Bye for now.
Yeah.